Welcome to the next in-depth guide. Today we'll be looking at ARF Troopers. Let's look at the unit card first. ARF Troopers are in a hotly contested Special Forces slot in the Republic roster, so it's important to understand what they give you over ARC Troopers. ARF Troopers' best keywords are Scout 1, Observe 2, and Low Profile in that order. Unhindered is nice, but is rarely it will ever matter. ARF's appeal comes from the range on their main weapon, the DC-15A blaster rifle. Range 4 allows you to easily take shots while contesting objectives. Scout 1 and Standard Speed 2 move allows you to threaten units at range 5 and a third from turn 1. This means you should consider ARF Troopers over ARC Troopers only if you're building a range list, as you'll be giving up any forward threat protection that ARCs provide. So how many ARF Troopers do you take? 2 to 3, I recommend 3 however. It is worth noting that there is a fantastic combo with 2 ARFs, 1 ARC Trooper squad and 1 ARC strike team. I'll go into more into depth in this in the tactics section. ARFs excel at creating fire bases on objectives and helping other units get limited keywords to affect enemy units, such as Ion and Impact. Just remember, for each squad of ARFs you take means you're losing any decent melee units from ARC Troopers or Wookiees outside of a few select heroes. Hero Synergy. The best heroes to take with ARF Troopers are Obi-Wan Kenobi and Commander Cody. Let's look at Obi-Wan Kenobi. The obvious synergy is Guardian 3, which makes any unit extremely defensive by stacking cover, dodges and surges to always give you a favourable probability when rolling defense dice. However, Obi-Wan's 3-pip General Kenobi and 2-pip Knowledge and Defense work really well with ARF Troopers. General Kenobi helps cover ARF's biggest weakness, which is a lack of start of turn token generation. This can help the troopers tank any hits while they're on objectives. It should always be used in conjunction with dodge support from other clone units. Knowledge and Defense allows you to abuse Obi-Wan's Guardian for a turn, while also allowing you to tank any melee threats that would charge your ARFs on objectives. If you time this card correctly, you can shut down any offensive threats your opponent throws at your ARFs. Commander Cody. All 3 of Cody's command cards synergize with ARFs through the observation keyword. Cody himself can observe as well, which helps with stacking buffs. However, it should be noted that you should highly consider taking at least 2 vehicles in a list to get the most out of direct vehicle. Obviously, Cody's 1-pip Bring It Down and his 3-pip Combined Arms stack with ARF Troopers' innate observe actions, just by stacking as many observed tokens you can on a target. His 2-pip Have I Ever Let You Down helps to keep a unit of ARFs safe, as no player will willingly give Cody extra shots every turn. You should play this card on units that are on objectives already. Cody's playstyle allows you to get the most out of the observe keyword, but it should be noted that his very simple playstyle. Your opponent will predict what you'll be doing most of your turns. Recommended loadout. The standard ARF Trooper loadout will be to take the RPS ARF Trooper and the ARF Trooper Duo upgrade. This will increase your unit to 7 models, give you access to an emergency surge and impact 2. All this will currently run you 116 points, meaning for 348 points you can have impact 6, observe 6, 21 red save bodies and 3 cache surges, along with shooting 1 red, 7 black and 1 white attack dice at range 4 per squad, for a total of 3 red, 21 black and 3 white attack dice for 3 squads. This is the strongest reason as to why you should take ARF Troopers. They can cover your impact needs while saturating objectives with red defense dice and still commit to any fight with their impressive range. Let's quickly mention the Jedi Guardian upgrade. While Charge, Pierce and adding 2 red attack dice and melee are fantastic, it only results in an average of 4 to 5 hits without aim or surge support. You also have to acknowledge that the squad cost goes up to 138 points to give you access to this versatility. Sadly, it's just not worth the investment. It goes against what ARF Trooper unit actually wants to be doing, and if you take 3 Jedi upgrades, you could instead take a base Clone Trooper infantry unit, which also gives you extra defense and offense with inbuilt surge, dodge actions and aim actions. Always value clone token sharing over raw status upgrades. There are 2 other upgrades to consider as well, Overwatch and HQ Uplink. Both these upgrades benefit from each other, however it should be noted that they should be the first upgrades to drop if you're trying to squeeze more points out of your list at the end of list creation. Overwatch works very well with ARF Troopers, as sometimes you'll be sitting on objectives with nothing to shoot at. It allows you to keep yourself safe from everything but range 4 and beyond weapons, forcing the enemy to either split fire important heavy weapons or committing important units such as ATSTs to remove standby tokens. Anytime you can force your opponent to invest a more expensive unit into removing one that costs less than your own army, and it can statistically not kill the entire unit, is a massive win. Moreover, if your standby is triggered from any model that isn't your unit leader, remember your range 4 means that the unit leader will always be in range to shoot, so you'll never be in a situation where all you can do is move away with your standby. HQ uplink. Pretty simple, having auto control over your ARFs means that most units in the game cannot threaten them without the risk of being shot back. It also helps making sure you can activate the ARFs when they can use their observes. This can combo with Overwatch by having a unit on a backfield objective. You can just recover and stand by each turn until the enemy unit steps forward. ARF Trooper Tactics. The main goal of ARF Troopers is to move onto an objective and stay there while the rest of the army applies pressure to enemy units to keep them off objectives. This is the simplest explanation, however. How you go about supporting your ARF Troopers and your positioning of them will win or lose you the game. ARFs must be supported by defensive token sharing, so either surges or dodges, and you want them to be as hard as possible to remove from objectives. Overlapping fields of fire can be hard to pull off, but you want each unit of ARFs to be able to support fire at the same unit of at least one other ARF Trooper. Generally speaking, this means you will deploy closer to the middle of the board. The best case scenario is that you're using your Observe tool in a unit, then shooting that unit and sharing an aim from a different clone unit. Ideally, this means a unit of ARFs that uses the Observe action never wants to use its own Observe tokens it generated. Your Observe tokens should be saved for dice pools of 10 or more. This allows you to overwhelm even the most defensive units and armor values by having up to 6 Observe tokens and access to aim sharing on top. This leads me to mention the tactic of taking one ARF Trooper unit, one ARF Trooper strike team, and 2 ARF Trooper units. Put simply, this allows you to abuse ARF Trooper strike teams in the backfield, using them as aim token generation for ARFs, while also having a full ARF Trooper unit to protect them if anything gets close to project threat across the board. The ARFs can also provide support to ARCs with their Observe overload. It is very synergistic use of keywords and makes each unit really efficient with token usage. How to counter ARF Troopers. First, with all clone units, using PS is highly effective. Failing that, close the distance fast. The more ARFs means the less arcs, so the clones will have less forward threat. Second, catch them before they activate and have access to extra defenses from token sharing. Get them to use their cache surge early in the game. Third, ARFs struggle to get to the mid or enemy side objectives. They also buff other units with Observe tokens, so target any forward threats the clone player has in their army, like Anakin, Arcs, Wookiees, or reinforced clone trooper infantry units. Fourth, use large line of sight blocking vehicles to outmaneuver ARF firing trooper lanes. I hope you have found this in-depth guide to ARF Troopers informative and helpful. Leave a comment if you think I have missed anything, and a like if you enjoyed this style of video. As always, none of this would be possible without the amazing Star Wars Legion community. Till next time, remember, experience outranks everything.